they'll call me 5 days, December 25th on Christmas and say that they need to spend X amount of dollars by the end of the year. And I'm sitting here thinking, millions of dollars,
What's the X?
like $5 to $7 million in 5 days. And I'm sitting here thinking,
And I'm like, Amy,
Do they need to
you got this.
yeah. and I'm thinking,
I'm Sterling.
I'm Harrison.
And this is Hard on the Paint by Big Country Equipment. What's the largest customer you finance? Like, you don't tell me the name, but like, what's the largest package of equipment you finance?
Like, you want a number?
Yeah.
I have a customer and they're amazing, but they do, they're kind of, I guess you say like they like to do some end of year purchases. And so it's kind of where we come in and be ninja, as Stormy is saying, and they'll call me 5 days, December 25th on Christmas and say that they need to spend X amount of dollars by the end of the year. And I'm sitting here thinking, millions of dollars.
What's the X?
Like $5 to $7 million in 5 days. And I'm sitting here thinking,
And I'm like, Amy,
Do they need to
you got this.
yeah. And I'm sitting here thinking,
my phone number?
okay. I'm like,
We will
can
make
we
that
can we get
introduction.
this done? I don't know. The first time I was very new when I met this customer. And when they had called me, I think I may have overpromised a little bit. I was excited and I said, yeah, I can get that done.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm like, sure, why not? And me and Stormy,
can do
it's probably
anything.
7 at night. And I'm like, Stormy, we're sitting there doing paperwork. She's helping me because it was my first year. And she wants me to do good. We want each other to do good. And so she's helping me do this customer. And I mean, we got it done. And it was
crazy.
insane. It was amazing. And, like Stormy said, our support team probably wanted to pull my hair out, but they helped me and they got it done and they wanted it for me too. And so then this year when they called, we did it again for them. And so, it's definitely one of my biggest customers.
What do you foresee the rest of 24 doing? And then kind of forecasting what's the nature of finance looking like moving forward and pros and cons of that, because 23 for us was a good year, but not compared to 22, right?
Sure.
Relatively, it was good. But the track we're heading on this year seems like it's going to be much better than 23. And I'm curious as to the consumer mindset. Like maybe they had all of 2023 with higher interest rates than they've been used to in the last decade. And then, so they finally said, well, we gotta have something now. These interest rates aren't going down, so we might as well just do it. And that's kind of the hunch I'm getting. The only thing that worries me is, well, we have an election coming up. What are people going to do during an election year? And so in your opinion, what do you think the finance industry is going to look like for the rest of this year and then moving forward?
I mean, if we kept on pace for what we've done in the past couple of years, we would hit about $250 million for this year, for 2024.
So that's that would be like a,
Like roughly 12 million a month.
well, I'm talking about percentage
Oh.
increase. So
But-
what was 23?
It's like
109.
17% increase.
That's a big jump.
Last year was 190, and if we stayed on the path of what we've been doing with growth
It'd be like 12%.
the side of, we've hired a handful more reps, but honestly, those are large projections. I mean, if I'm going to be really honest, and I have no problem ever being really honest,
Oh, I know.
2024 so far has been, and it's been a little bit of a lull. I mean, I've myself personally slowed down a little bit, and I've felt it. A lot of my clients have felt it. I can feel it in, the pipeline industry, and oil and gas. a little bit in the construction industry. You know, I'm calling my clients weekly, and we're having a lot of conversations, and it kind of seems like across the board, everyone's kind of slowed down a little bit, and including myself. And I just think, you know, like anything in life, you're going to go up and you're going to come back down, and then you're gonna go up again. And you know, you can have some moments where like you start to get you can start to feel a little defeated and worried, but then you just got to remind yourself, like, hey, like, I can do this. I know what I've been able to produce and how I've been able to help serve my clients. But yes, I would say that the projections for 2024 that we have right now, that we kind of put together toward the end of the year, well, shoot, I hope we hit them, right? Don't we all? I mean, what
Amy,
an amazing...
what are you seeing?
You know, I think we're going to stay busy. I don't, you know, in comparison to maybe previous years, might slow down. Like, I think this year there might be more fluctuation in it versus how we consistently grew up. I think, you know, or trended up from last year. I think rates scare a lot of people, but I think the reality of it is that these are, you know, we've seen rates like this before. We, you know, at our age, maybe we haven't experienced it before, but history repeats itself. You know, people survived through this, and they pushed through and they persevered through this before, and businesses can do that again.
Yeah,
They're predicting a quarter of a rate drop, you know, maybe 3 more rate drops in 2024. Will that happen? Who knows? You know, that's what they're predicting that the Fed will do. But even if it does that, you're still, I mean,
At the end of the
it's
day,
still a high rate in what
I mean,
people
but-
are consider,
like
you
I
know,
said
consider
earlier,
high rates. But
It's not
this is
something
pretty
that
normal.
we encountered.
Right.
Our parents.
Our parent,
grandparents
exactly.
did.
Our owners,
80s,
they,
90s,
yeah, we
early
didn't
20s.
encounter it.
Always
yeah.
comes back to me and my dad. If you boys can't do it at 8, you damn sure couldn't do it at 17.
Yeah, my dad's like,
Yeah.
I saw
Or
rates at
22.
22%
Back in my day.
before,
You know,
and I'm like,
I think that's why our owner and some of the vets in our company, they do a really good job at just like keeping us calm, because they have seen it so much worse than this right now. And that's where, you know, it makes you feel confident knowing that we're going to get through this. We're going to get over the hump. We have a good support team who just kind of keeps us hype. You know, it's like, just keep your head down, keep working hard.
keep going.
Maybe, you know,